I think it's recording. Hi, my name's Samir Jones. I'm a student in your class. Here's my video about the American culture reaction from the reading of body rituals and the narcurimas. For my first part, number one, question one is having a reflection on what I just read. And what I just read was honestly pretty disgusting. I don't think, obviously, that is not the American norm. I took some notes. I don't know if I'll get doc points for this, but I took some notes on what I just read. And again, that's just not the American norm. I saw that the tribe was kind of in between Mexico, North American and Mexico, where the tribe kind of originated was. And they had like a little bit known origin of the people who honestly resided there. They didn't have much information on them and kind of what they did. Basically, their rituals and their teachings, from what I understood and what I read, is that the human body is not good, or human body is ugly, and its natural tendencies aren't really that good, and people don't, and they just don't believe it's, what's the word? They don't believe that it's right, basically. And I read that they also have some sort of ranking system for the people who do these rituals. So if they have more shrines, they have more kind of authority and power within and around the people. So that was really weird. And then the people that kind of like worship the people with more authority kind of put up, what was it, paintings or clay materials around the houses for the people they worship. But yeah, their ceremonies, I guess, are pretty harsh, and a fair portion of people who are pretty sick and go into it might not even make it out. It talked about exercising the devil as well, and I just thought that was pretty funky. But again, yeah, that was just really, I don't know, really gruesome. Really a weird read, but just, again, not the American norm, and I guess everybody has different tribes and a different kind of take on things. But for me, for what I am, I'm Native American. So for my second one, it was take 2 minutes to describe communication pattern. Okay, yeah. So for Native Americans, I remember my grandma always telling me that one significant communication practice was really among Native Americans is the use of silence in conversations. So being silent wasn't actually, what's it called, from an outsider's perspective, long pauses and a lack of immediate response probably wasn't normal, again, to people who aren't native or didn't grow up in a household like that. But in many Native American traditions, silence is kind of a form of like respect and thoughtfulness. So it's again, to the outsider, it might be like, oh, why are you being silent in this conversation? But again, it's honestly just to show respect. This is kind of like, I think, a broader Native American kind of worldview that kind of practices like patience and harmony, and it's really like a deep reflection within yourself. And honestly, main practice is not to be like impulsive, kind of thinking before you act, and then again also respecting others when they're talking to you. So it's kind of different from the U.S. culture, where when maybe you feel attacked or somebody's talking to you, you're super quick to kind of jump to it and respond to somebody. But with Native American culture and practices, it's like, okay, think a minute, deep pauses. And yeah, also a big one was like for storytelling as well. Native Americans were really silent and pretty casual when storytelling and talking to others. So yeah, let's see, number three was sure evaluation of changes. So changes within the Native American communication system. I believe that not I don't know how much of it's really changed, I guess. Maybe within like, I'm not sure, because I think a lot of people probably don't adopt that kind of style within the Native American community of being silent. But when I go to powwows and I talk to others, they're still pretty like respectful when talking to them, or when they tell stories at powwows, they respect the decision of being silent, and again kind of telling a story within what's it called, like building rapport and telling a story, and that suspensefulness within telling the Native American culture. I think honestly, like maybe in schools, Native Americans, or I don't know, government policies, maybe they don't really adopt that style of Native Americans kind of stepping up and being, hey, we're gonna don't talk, don't be impulsive before you act. So I don't know. I just think maybe people may label Native Americans as shy or unhinged or lacking in confidence because they don't want to adopt the U.S. lifestyle of, hey, you got to be super quick when you talk to somebody. But for Native Americans and people who still celebrate that traditional lifestyle of being silent, thinking before you talk, kind of having some respect and wisdom before even doing anything, they won't be as not what was I saying? They won't not as unhinged, but again, Americans may not like that for the traditional Native American who does their culture. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think that really the main difference, honestly, to wrap it all up in this section, the main difference is that um, modern influence may not like Native Americans kind of communicating in certain settings. So honestly, it matters where you are as a Native American in the American lifestyle we live today. And let's see. I think I think that it is. Mm, I don't think it's detrimental, really. I get how maybe it may affect some natives that are some Native Americans that are raised traditionally, and but I really don't find it. I don't find it. What's it called? I don't really find it um, detrimental to the U.S. culture. Um, I don't. I don't know how it really affect the U.S. Again, it's kind of honestly what setting you're in for when you're being silent when talking to somebody. It's I guess maybe it could be detrimental to natives and people are kind of putting a silence on them, which is funny because we want to be silent before talking to people, but maybe they'll put a label on natives again, as I said earlier, that hey, these people, this guy's shy, this Native American doesn't know what he's talking about, why doesn't he talk, yada yada yada. But again, I'm not I didn't grow up on a res or anything, but I don't know, just based off what I've known and what I've learned from my grandparents, I don't think it'd be too detrimental to people. I actually feel like that natives do need to speak up if they want something, and they've got to impact the community somehow for those people on the res who may not, what's it called, be as beneficial as others. Um, and yeah, that's about it. So thank you again. My name's Samir Jones. Bye.